All right, so Bill Maher's at it again. As you all know, he is no longer the Bill Maher of, say, 2016. Remember, in 2016, he was pro-Bernie, one of the few voices in the media that was pro-Bernie. He supported Bernie. Then by 2020, he was supporting Amy Klobuchar, which makes no sense, of course. If you're the same guy that supported Bernie, you can't support Amy Klobuchar. She's one of the most conservative Democrats. He's one of the most left-wing independents, right? And then by 2024, of course, he was flirting with MAGA. He likes to play footsies with MAGA under the table. But ultimately, he still fancies himself as this, like, enlightened centrist. You know, those people who pretend to see nuance where there is none and pretend like bipartisanship is always, by its very nature, something that's good, right? Well, he had on Jake Tapper, and man, there is so much about these clips I'm about to show you that drive me up a wall. Let's start with this one here. They're talking about Trump's war on academia, where he's trying to destroy higher education in this country. He's trying to literally take them over. He's trying to do MAGA affirmative action. Let's get more conservatives in there, more fascists in there to parrot our ideology. Let's force these universities to not allow pro-Palestine free speech. That should be banned. So all the talk about free speech, we love free speech. Out the window for Bill Maher, out the window for Donald Trump when it comes to the issue of Israel. Wow, what a shocker. They never meant it. They weren't principled. All right, well, here we go. We're going to talk about it. Listen to what he says.
The Harvard situation. Trump has declared full-scale war on Harvard, and like so many things he does, there's a kernel of a good idea there.
No, there's not. He can't help himself. This is what an enlightened centrist does, right? Oh, well, you know, if you're really nuanced, or if you really try to steelman the argument, you could see that maybe fascism has a point or two, bro. Do you realize how fucking stupid this looks? And that's why, by the way, there is no appetite in the country right now for this centrist bullshit. Because this centrist bullshit, you're just a soft fascist. There's the hardcore fascist, and there's the soft fascist. If they're full fascists and you want to meet them halfway, that means you're half fascist. It is what it is. Now, you could cry about that, you can whine about that, you could say I'm smearing you or whatever the fuck. No, that's the reality of the situation. You're looking for points of agreement in his hostile takeover of universities? Are you fucking mental?
There's a kernel of a good idea there. I mean, I've been shitting on Harvard long before he was.
You went to Cornell.
That's not why. No. It's because Harvard is an asshole factory in a lot of ways that produces smirking fuckfaces. Okay.
Thank you.
From quite literally the biggest smirking fuckface in the country, he says Harvard creates smirking fuckface asshole factory, right? Those words describe you perfectly. You are a smirking asshole fuckface, smug, arrogant prick. You are the most arrogant of them all, and by the way, you're sitting across from a couple others here too. The nerve of this man. The nerve.
Are you from Harvard?
He has 3 degrees from Harvard. He has 3 degrees from Harvard, so he is...
Present company accepted. I think we all...
I've been indicted. He's a fuckface times 3.
Well, okay.
Says the Dartmouth guy.
But I could name a lot of people.
All right, so we're just getting started. Oh, yeah, maybe he's got some points with his hostile takeover of universities where he's trying to, like, destroy higher education in this country forever and make them fascist and take away free speech rights. Maybe he's got a couple points. All right, so now Jake Tapper, here we go. This is continuing the conversation here, going after, like, higher education and all the problems with higher education as Trump, again, does an authoritarian fascist takeover of the universities. Listen to what he says here about the students.
It has to do with an academic theology of oppressor and oppressed.
Yes.
If you only look at the world as oppressor versus oppressed, you then have to choose in a conflict, this group is the oppressor, this group is the oppressed. It's also why, for example, there have been conflicts on other college campuses where gay students have protested things that are going on in Muslim countries having to do with the LGBTQ community in those countries. And the gay students are made to be the oppressor because a lot of them are white. And that's also what's going on when it comes to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The Israelis are made to be the oppressor, the Palestinians the oppressed, and on and on and on. And that's part of what's going on at Harvard, that theology, that way of looking at the world.
So first of all, as I believe it was Cody said on Twitter, this is literally just like recycled Jordan Peterson 2017 type shit. That's all this is, right? Like, you're just taking Jordan Peterson's greatest hits and rolling them out, right? Oh, it's the oppressor versus oppressed framework, and it doesn't fit everywhere, but they try to fit it everywhere. No, Jake. In a scenario where Israel is literally doing a genocide of Palestinians in Gaza, you don't need to make Israel the oppressor and make Palestinians the oppressed. That just is the nature of reality. yes, if one side is an apartheid ethno-state and they are literally holding Palestinians in an open-air prison, controlling the borders completely, and this is pre the genocide, by the way, that I'm talking about, that is oppression. That is oppression. It's an open-air prison. That's what it is. That's oppression. Then when you start going in there and carpet bombing innocent people, you bomb hospitals, you bomb schools, you bomb UN buildings, you bomb World Central Kitchen workers, you massacre paramedics, bulldoze their bodies and put them in a mass grave and then lie about it after the fact. You snipe innocent children in the head, as the New York Times reported. You do all of these things. You set up a humanitarian zone, tell Palestinians to go there, then when they're going there, you murder them, and then lie about it after. Yes, if oppressor and oppressed has ever been accurate, which it is many times, here's an example of it. Here's an example of it. This fucking bullshit. I hate this, the fake nuance of like, bro, it's actually like a really complicated conflict and you got to look at it from these 17 different perspectives. And then when you do that, if you have an opinion that's pro-Palestinian, shut up, because then you're not looking at it nuanced enough, bro. But what you got to do is look at it and it's really complicated. You got to throw your hands up and go, both sides have a point, and then sit there and shut up as they do a massive genocide and ethnic cleansing right in front of our faces and they broadcast it in front of the world. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Fuck you. The reality of the situation is, yes, Jake, sometimes oppressor and oppressed narratives are factually correct. Here is the clearest one in the world. Would Jake Tapper say that the Nazis were the oppressors and the Jews were the oppressed in Nazi Germany? My guess is he would say, yes, that was accurate. That fit then. Well, guess what? It's the same fucking thing now with the Palestinians in Gaza, the innocent Palestinians, and with the Israeli government. And by the way, don't even get me started on the polling in the country of Israel, because it's like, what, 82% of them say they support the ethnic cleansing of Gaza and reoccupying the land, something that Ben-Gvir and Smotrich are literally out there saying, yeah, don't be afraid of victory. We're going to reoccupy the land. We're going to steal it. They're saying that. If I point out that objective reality and say, that's oppression, you don't get to say, well, actually, bro, you can't even use that framework because, it's like not even, it's more complicated than that and stuff. Shut the fuck up. This is the enlightened centrist way of trying to gaslight you on the issue of Israel and Palestine, right? The enlightened centrist way of trying to gaslight you is to say, it's all very complicated and you don't understand it. You don't have a degree in it, so you need to be humble and shut the fuck up as these atrocities happen on a daily basis. You don't need a degree to know bombing innocent children is bad. You don't need a degree to know that. That's the enlightened centrist cope. The far right-wingers and the fascists, they'll just tell you, like, we support the genocide, right? They'll just tell you, these are animals, they're subhuman, we're going to kill them all, we're going to take the land because we want to do that. So in a sense, the fascist is more direct. They're more straightforward, right? It's these enlightened centrist assholes who play footsie with MAGA. They're the ones who do this bullshit, wimpy ass, cowardly ass, like, oh, it's actually really complicated, and sometimes the framework you're using is actually technically wrong, so therefore, when you see children get shot in the face, and when you see that Gaza is the capital of the world and child amputees, don't really talk about it or whatever, you know what I'm saying, bro? Because the other thing is, bro, would you want to be gay in Gaza, bro? Would you want to be gay in Gaza, bro? How many times have you heard that? How many times have you heard that? By the way, he's 100% wrong. You talk to any lefty, and they will tell you, in a scenario where you have religious oppression, whether it's Christian or Muslim, of gay people, the lefty will tell you that's fucked up, and the gay people in this instance are the oppressed. They will tell you that. So that's another line of fucking horseshit that when Muslims are involved, all of a sudden lefties shut their brain off and they say, yeah, throw those gays off the roofs. No, they don't. You made that up. You made that up. What they're probably attempting to refer to is when those arguments are trotted out as a lie and a cover for imperialism, right? That happens all the time, right? Think about with Afghanistan. They would scream from the rooftops, I guess you don't care about women's rights, bro. If you want to pull out of Afghanistan, I guess you're not a feminist. I guess you don't care about women's rights, bro. And that was always bullshit. The fact of the matter is every lefty in the country supports women's rights, but they also realize the war in Afghanistan is not fucking about women's rights. It's not about that. And so let's not pretend like, oh, the reason why we're there is to keep the Taliban in check and protect women's rights. It's got nothing to fucking do with any of that. Don't lie to us. So that's probably what he's referring to, but he's too fucking dense and stupid to realize that oftentimes woke arguments are sort of deployed to defend flat-out imperialism, right? And in those instances, it is correct to react that way. It is correct to say, this isn't about women's rights. This isn't about feminism. This isn't about gay rights or whatever the fuck it is. You understand what I'm saying? So, again, the biggest smirking fuckface assholes in the country are accusing others of being exactly that. By the way, Jake Tapper, I hope you're enjoying your book tour in the midst of the fascist takeover of our government and robber baron coup. I hope you're enjoying every hour on the hour bringing up Joe Biden and how, yes, he was actually really old and they lied to us. Yeah, we fucking got it. We fucking got it. Any thoughts on the dismantling of the Department of Education? Any thoughts on the cutting of pediatric cancer research? Any thoughts on Trump's warmongering with 8 different fucking countries, including like Greenland and Panama and Mexico? Any thoughts on that shit? No, of course not. Tell us again another 712 times about how, bro, actually Biden was really old and actually he was really strong. I know. We were there calling it out at the time. You're a Johnny-come-lately who said it after. And now in the midst of the fascist purge, that's the one thing you can't seem to shut the fuck up about. Isn't that crazy? When you're not nuanced trolling about the nature of Israel and Palestine, that's what you're doing, talking about Biden being really fucking old. Okay, enjoy yourself. All those fans that you're currently trying to pick up on the right, they ain't coming, you dumb bitch. They're not coming. You're alienating anybody who's actually liberal or leftist, and you're not picking up any fans on the right. I know this is his enlightened centrist bullshit of, look at me, I'm a brave truth teller, telling you the truth after the fact, at a time when there are more important things to discuss, thinking I'm splitting the difference and getting the reasonable people on all sides. No, you're not. You pissed off every liberal. You pissed off every leftist. That's why your ratings are fucking plummeting, and you think this tour is going to get you a bunch of right-wing fans. They're not fucking coming to you. Why would they listen to you when they can go to the rah-rah cheerleaders? They can go to the Asmund Golds of the world who are going to say Trump's farts smell like cologne. They ain't coming to you. So enjoy torching the rest of your career. All right, guys, that's the show. I love you all very much. Everybody subscribe to the channel. That helps out big time and costs you nothing. You can also support the show on Patreon. That link is below. Thank you to everybody who does that. You guys make this show work. I've never talked to an advertiser. I've never done an ad read. We rely on your kind donations on a monthly basis to keep this show going. You can support below, or you could tip with that thanks button on YouTube. Go subscribe to Corin's World on YouTube, where we're dropping Kyle and Corin's. We're trying to get him to 100,000 subs. And also subscribe to Crystal Kyle and Friends. The Substack link is below to do that. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.